Hey, what's going on, folks? This is Dimitri back again. In this video, we're continuing to discuss a financial prosperity done biblical way, and it's going to be amazing, and I think so anyway. So if you don't know me, my name is Dimitri, and we are doing on Fridays usually financial series, the financial prosperity done right, and we're just discussing, going through the Bible and see what's going on and what it says about financial prosperity, right? Done right through grace perspective, all the way through, all the way from the back, from one cover to another, even though there are lots and lots of changes throughout the Bible, but yeah. So we're just going hop right into it. So we are in the Genesis chapter 13 today, and verses, we're going to check out verses 5 and 6, and yeah, it's pretty awesome verse. This is going to be a little bit lengthy because usually, because you need to understand the full picture of what's happening, what the author is talking about, and things like that, right? So Lot also, so here comes Lot also. I got my notes here, so we all set, so let's go. So Lot also, who went with Abraham, actually Abram at that time, so it's a little bit, so it's going to be different there. So had flock, but we'll get there. So with Abram, had flocks and herds and tents. I like this part. And then now land was not able to support them, that they might dwell together, for their possessions, plural, right, were so great, and they could not dwell together, basically, right? So, and I'm reading, I think it's from King James version, so there's a lot of few nuances with the different translations and things, but King James is usually what I go with, and that's awesome. So like the whole verse is just fantastic. Actually, two of them. So let me just tell you right from the beginning, right? So I think Bible talks about prosperity a lot, and I think Bible encourages prosperity and things like that. So from that point to describe the situation here, because like for some people, just really out of context, who's Lot, who's Abram, what are we talking about here? So the premises is that if you guys watch my other video, I'm gonna link it here somewhere, and somewhere top, I guess it's here. We talked about how Abram was rich, and we discussed about, I think, Genesis 13, I believe verse 2 or something like that, somewhere there. Like he was rich in also possessions. So right from the get-go, we get establishment of his financial situation in the following verses, and then here it also promotes that idea that he was rich and his actually family was kind of good, sitting pretty, so to speak. So, and in that sense, so Lot was his nephew, right? And so in here they're traveling to another space where God promised him, Abram and Abraham later, to get into, to be in the good, in his will and whatever needs to be done right at that moment of time. So what I wanted to focus in this verses is that Lot is also being family, so being in the family of Abram. So he had also went with him and had flocks, herds, and tents. So we can see that the family here, and then I'm kind of extrapolating here that the family, he didn't really wanted to separate with them, but even though it was specifically said you got to go alone to Abraham, but he still, I guess there was a sort of some responsibilities. I don't know what the reasoning was, but Lot went with him anyway, and we still see that Lot here had flocks, plural, herds, plural, and tents, plural, right? So not only, man, and we discussed this in the previous video, that having all these, so like so it mentions like Abram had lots of cattle, right? Like, I mean, rich in cattle, silver, and gold, right? So he had silver, he had cattle. So he was focusing, like, I guess his venture and business was focusing on the cattle, and obviously like some financial stuff, right? So silver and gold. But Lot has a little bit different, I guess, enterprise here. And we can see that he had flocks, right? So it's plural, obviously, multiple groups, multiple animal like types, and as well they emphasize herds as well. So that might be a bigger animal, but I'm just like kind of extrapolating. And folks not like multiple types of animals, so based on these two, I actually wrote it's a group of animals, and the herds is also a large group of animals, right? So flocks, I like it can be, like I said, anything, but can be chickens, can be gooses, can be and that's multiple, right? So that can be chickens and gooses and things like something I guess small ones, flocks that are like maybe I don't know, maybe something up to a point, like on the size wise, maybe up to sheep and stuff, but it's obviously needs to be, I'm not like really versatile in the types, what calls flocks and what calls herds. But the part that I was searching about, and I was like, flocks is plural, obviously multiple types and multiple types of animals, right? So small ones, I guess. And then the herds is the large group of animals, which is can be, I guess, we go sheeps, goats, and things like that, right? So obviously, so as you got this amount, just for like flocks, or like and just to have flocks, right? So to have that, you gotta have the very like kind of enterprising in the sense that of being in a good managerial position, right? Have people working for you, right? So and things to be taken care of, right? To be vigilant, vigilant as well, because of the bad weather, bird circumstances or whatever. So there's so many things that we can extrapolate from here, that as you attend to like flocks, herds, and tents, man, that's like, this guy was busy, and I'm saying, man, it's crazy. Like, if you start thinking about that, you got not only like one enterprise, and as far as we can see that Abraham, what he had one enterprise, but then he might have had some financial things going on, like silver and gold, but I'm not quite sure. But it was just probably something just there. But in the sense of cattle, man, you got it going, but you got like three things going on here, man. I got like, man, he's busy, bro. He's busy, bro. Like, cause you got a lot of things going on, plus tents here, man. And it's like that, when I saw this, and I'm like, man, this is real estate right there, baby. Right there, baby. Because man, it's awesome, because like even in that time, so he was doing that. So he had tents. Obviously the tents were for his managers, whatever, people who was catering the cattle, or catering the herds and flocks, I guess. So in that sense, so he was busy. He was literally busy. So right, and that's not only in the sense that it's bad, but in the sense like he was doing some business. He was doing some business while they were traveling. Man, that's even more making me like, man, that's a lot of things. If you think about just these two sentences there, two parts, I guess. When you extrapolate all that, you travel with Abraham, so all this thing, all man, I mean, like 4 enterprises is traveling, and then you go to one place from another. Like, you didn't have comfortable or whatever transportation, so you travel pretty much on foot, and then this whole thing goes from one point to another. Obviously needs protection, obviously needs provisions and things like water and all that. So man, that's a lot of things going on there. Yeah, that's that. And then plus they got to a point where the land, so, and then we continue there, land cannot sustain, able to support them. Man, oh, that is big. That's what I call big, bro. Like, when you're in a situation like, you have your little home, you do your thing, you work and stuff like that, which is awesome, and things like that. But then you zoom into this situation, and you got, oh, you know what? Oh man, this guy, like this, they got to a place that they too big for this place. They could not. They like the system there that they have, like whatever, food supply, water supply, vegetation, whatever, so this place could not sustain them. Like, just imagine that, how much of an enterprise, how big of an enterprise was it? Oh man. And then you talk about rich, man. You're talking about rich, bro. That's a lot of things going on, man. That's a lot of things. You, like, seriously, you got all this place. You got to have a lot of vegetation. You got to prep all this. You got to you got cattle, everything. So you need to have also, obviously, it might be grain, it might be something else. You need a water supply, like good lake or whatever, fresh water. Plus, and we're not even talking about what types of animals was it. Hers could be sheep, and it could be giraffes, could be elephants, and those are big animals, bro. Like, I literally, like, it's a big animals, because it technically doesn't say specifically in this specific part, but it could be. Definitely, we can, definitely think about it, but that's a lot of business. So in Genesis here, so God says, or gives us in a picture in the Bible to see, like, you know what, these two guys, they weren't really like going around doing some nothing. They were busy, and they were really busy, and like so, and not only that, but they were pretty rich, in all things considering, just from these two verses, man. This is awesome, and like, I just wanted to extrapolate with you guys this piece of a scripture where where we can analyze and see, not just to understand that God doesn't want us to be poor, in the sense that, like, hey, be that, whatever that. That's here. Even with that, even setting this picture, he still goes and then talks to Abraham, and then the focus is obviously on God, and then things like that. But again, so back to this one. So to be able to support them, and that they might be dwell together. So right, they cannot. So they got into a place where 4 enterprises here. Well, actually working probably, like, he got 3, well, silver, gold, maybe, like, kind of, I don't know. So I don't know how that goes, but probably maybe some accounting going on, some management, maybe, but it's specific. It just says silver. He was rich in silver and gold. So you need to do accounting some type. I don't know if they were paying for it, but that probably will pay. They were paying for the services there. So to the workers, or whatever. I honestly don't know. So they were living there. So it's there's no saying that, but it says that they have. So same meaning, like, they were definitely rich. So, and if we can we consider that as a enterprise, and as a good stewardship there? Supposed to be, obviously, because if you wouldn't have that, you wouldn't be doing good stewardship, because you would be losing it, right? So if you don't do good stewardship, you will lose some stuff, a lot of stuff. If you don't understand some things, and you don't know how to steward it, you're gonna lose it pretty much. So abuse comes and everything like that. So anyway, back to this. The tents, obviously, real estate, baby. Yeah, that's great. So all these 4/7, right? 1, 2, 3, no, 6, right? 6 enterprises could not be 4/6, maybe, like, 2 silver and gold, maybe not. But anyway, they could not be together, right? So You got three things always going on: real estate, food business. Man, it's so good. Real estate, food business, provisions, accounting, whatever. Now you can go deeper than that, but they could not be together as well as there's those possessions. They were so great, and I love this. They were so great. So man, you gotta be real good. Like you gotta have a lot of possessions that, like, you know, you're in the point you're like, man, you cramped. You cannot be together because, man, you gotta grow, bro. Like, you're in a situation, you gotta grow. Man, that's awesome. Like you need to be in a separate space altogether, you know. So, and yeah, so that saying, you know, like, it sets a picture of how big of an enterprise it could be, and it can be, and it was there, that it sets up an apart, like, situation where, you know, like, there are two individuals, right? They have so great enterprises, so like plural, right? They have multiple things going on, that those things were so great that they could not be living together. You know, that place that they were living at, it could not sustain them. Well, technically, Abraham was supposed to leave, but they left together. And obviously, you know, if Abraham were left alone before, but it's just like beyond this scripture. But as the premises go, if he would have left alone, I think in this situation, Lot would have been in the situation, his enterprise, at least from the enterprise perspective, plurals and all that, so he would be okay. But since they were still together, they were still cramping, you know, kind of like, it's still like, if they go together in one place, it would, like, you know, bust that place open. So could sustain these guys, so they should have separated. So then that's where they separated, right, in the next couple of scriptures there. But man, just by seeing this and analyzing it and just thinking about it, like how large of an enterprise is there and set it up, so it's definitely a big thing going on there, where it crushes the idea of some of those guys back in the day were poor, or the poor and things like that. So that, by that, we understand, like, you know, that extrapolates a lot, and it gives us a good understanding of, you know what, those back in the day, and they call it patriarchs, right? They were rich, bro. They definitely were rich, and there's a lot of things. They were busy, they were vigilant, they were you know, having good stewardship going on. Man, there's like a lot. Like, there's just so many things. Fit, like we discussed, like fitness, and how, like, you gotta man, dude, to sustain a farm, like, just think about it, like, to sustain the farm, you gotta have a good, you know, like, you wake up in the morning, you go to sleep night, like late at night. That's one. The fitness, the physique, all this, man, and plus management, plus accounting, plus, like, you know, sustainability of everything needs to happen. So there's a lot of things going on, just like, and you consider one farm, right? But, like, think about, like, 4, 6. How about that, huh? Like, you know, not 6, but like maybe 4 farms with multiple cattle, multiple flocks, multiple everything. Like, you know, you got like chickens, gooses, whatever, goats, whatever, like cattle. Oh man, bro, that's a lot going on, man. Plus you need to, and you know what, forgive me for it, you know, I'm saying that, but you gotta clean things up. You gotta clean these things up, because it's gonna be smelling, bro. Like, in the cattle situation, ooh wee. Oh man, and the cheese, man. Oh my god, man. Milk, dude, this is crazy. There's so many enterprises here. God damn, man, these guys were rich, and I'm telling you, man, they were good. So, you know, it's just amazing. So I just wanted to share with you and analyze these 2 verses. So to left you with this, man. Thank you guys for watching. So that's all. That was a good discussion. That was a good analysis, so that we did, and I'm glad that I was able to share with you. So thank you guys again for watching. I'm gonna be wrapping this up because it kind of went ahead that I didn't intend, but it was good. So thank you guys for watching again. See you next time. So my name is Dmitry. Like and subscribe down below. So because yeah, I love to do this, and I hope you do too. So like and subscribe, once again. So but we are here discussing real estate, financials, and all things good related to finances, you know, economy, all that. Plus, not even plus, but like that's the secondary. But we here to establish, you know, that good financial perspective on why we and how can we get to a financial freedom to promote and, you know, expand God's kingdom and things like that. So not only in the area of personal wise, but which is going to be awesome, amazing, and but for the other ones, and seek blessings like that as well. So but man, look at this, just look at this, man. Like just in this verse, man, these guys had so much going on, and you telling me, man, it was something now. Anyway, so we're wrapping this up. Like and subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye bye.